15 actors from Miami Vice, 1984. You won't recognize today. Pastel suits, white Ferraris, synth pop soundtracks. Miami Vice didn't just define the aesthetic of the 1980s. It served as the ultimate training ground for future Hollywood royalty. Before they won Academy Awards or headlined billion-dollar franchises, the industry's biggest names were cutting their teeth playing drug dealers, informants, and victims on Michael Mann's neon-lit streets. While some were barely out of drama school, others were struggling character actors looking for a break. These are 15 actors from Miami Vice you won't recognize today. Number 15, Julia Roberts.
Used to live in Ohio somewhere. His wife just died recently. He's moved back down here.
2 years before Pretty Woman launched her into the stratosphere, this future superstar landed a significant dramatic arc in Season 4. In the 1988 episode Mirror Image, the 21-year-old actress played Polly Wheeler, a gallery manager with a dangerous connection to a drug dealer. Unlike many future stars who had walk-on roles, she secured a substantial part that required her to portray a manipulative yet sympathetic character who eventually seduces Don Johnson's Sonny Crockett. Critics at the time noted her undeniable screen presence, even if the episode itself received mixed reviews. She appeared with teased 80s hair and high-waisted business attire, a stark contrast to the glamorous red carpet gowns audiences associate with her today.
But I dare say his other faculties are intact.
Just 12 months after this appearance, she earned her first Oscar nomination for Steel Magnolias, leaving television work behind permanently.
Well, maybe sometime I could arrange for us all to get together.
Maybe not.
Well, why not?
Shelby.
Her brief stint in Miami remains a fascinating glimpse of a raw talent on the absolute precipice of global superstardom.
I like hoods. They're so much more upfront with their treachery.
Number 14, Bruce Willis.
Report me, come the down here and arrest me. Just send the police now!
Long before he walked barefoot over broken glass in Nakatomi Plaza, the action icon played one of the show's most terrifying villains. In the Season 1 episode No Exit, which aired in 1984, he portrayed Tony Amato, an arms dealer who abuses his wife and plans to sell stolen Stinger missiles.
So stupid! You can't dress yourself and say, "Oh!"
At 29 years old, with a full head of hair and a menacing, quiet intensity, he was completely unrecognizable from the smirking wisecracker he would become in Moonlighting just 1 year later. The role required him to be genuinely loathsome, a departure from the heroic persona that would define his 40-year career. During production, legend states that he kept to himself to maintain the character's icy demeanor, famously refusing to break tension between takes.
And you will go with me. I'm sick and tired of waiting for you.
The episode is often cited by critics as one of the series' best, largely due to his chilling performance. It serves as rare footage of the actor playing a straight antagonist before Hollywood realized his potential as a leading man.
Then you don't feel secure, you get on a plane. Boom, you're out of here and we can close the deal long distance. Capiche?
Number 13, Liam Neeson. International audiences know him today as the gravel-voiced action star with a particular set of skills.
But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career.
But in 1986, he was a struggling Irish actor looking for exposure in America. In the Season 3 opener, When Irish Eyes Are Crying, he played Sean Caroon, an IRA terrorist trying to renounce violence while visiting Miami. At 34, he appeared gaunt and intense, lacking the imposing physical bulk he would later add for roles in Taken and The Grey. His character's arc involved a romance with Sandra Santiago's detective Gina Calabrese, allowing him to display the sensitive range that would eventually earn him an Oscar nomination for Schindler's List. The production was controversial at the time for its depiction of the Troubles.
That gets us nowhere. I represent an alternative, Ephraim.
But his performance was universally praised for its complexity. Looking back, the role is a strange foreshadowing of his later career, featuring the same intensity and moral ambiguity that became his trademark, albeit wrapped in a very different physical package.
Hello?
They know about the beach. They know.
Who the hell is this?
Number 12, Ben Stiller.
How can we be expected to teach children to learn how to read if they can't even fit inside the building?
Comedy giants rarely start as serious, dramatic actors. Yet this funny man's debut was surprisingly gritty. In the 1987 episode Amen Send Money, a 22-year-old actor appeared as Fast Eddie Felcher, a con artist selling stolen electronics out of a van. With a thick Long Island accent and a frantic energy, he played the role completely straight, devoid of the irony or satire that would define Zoolander or Tropic Thunder. He was credited simply as Ben Stiller, lacking the fame of his parents, Jerry Stiller and Ann Mira, at the time. The role was small but memorable for its sheer sleaziness, requiring him to wear a cheap suit and sweat profusely in the Florida heat. It stands as a testament to the show's casting director, Bonnie Timmerman, who had an uncanny eye for spotting raw talent. Watching him negotiate a deal for stolen VCRs offers a jarring contrast to the polished director and producer he is today.
You ready, Felcher?
Fast, steady, friends. Fast to get you up and earning in the only industry to outpace Standard & Poor's average 7 years in a row. Salvation.
Number 11. Chris Rock.
Every religion believes that. Everybody. God does not make mistakes.
Before selling out Madison Square Garden, this comedy legend had a blink and you'll miss it dramatic role in season 4. In the 1987 episode Missing Hours, a 22-year-old comic played Carson, a file clerk who handles sensitive ear records for the police department. The episode is infamous among fans for its bizarre sci-fi plot involving aliens and James Brown, often considered the worst in the series' history, but the casting remains historically significant. He appeared with a youthful face and nervous energy, delivering lines about missing files with zero comedic intent. At the time, he was still performing in small comedy clubs and was 3 years away from joining the cast of Saturday Night Live.
Classic memory displacement. Did anybody ever read the Van Doniken study?
His total screen time amounted to less than 2 minutes, yet it counts as his first credited acting role in a major television drama. The seriousness of the performance is surreal given the acerbic, high-volume persona he developed in the decades that followed. Before we get to the top 6, which guest star transformation shocked you the most? Did you realize Bruce Willis played a villain before he was a hero? Drop a comment and let us know where you're watching from.
Lonnie Akers was an Astrolife charter member. You never know unless you ask.
Number 10. Helena Bonham Carter.
He knows how to play. Itchy, bitty, baby. Potter.
Known today for gothic eccentricity and Tim Burton collaborations, this British thespian was once marketed as a standard romantic lead. In 1987, she appeared in the episodes Teresa and The Afternoon Plane as Dr. Teresa Lyons, an ER doctor addicted to painkillers who becomes Sonny Crockett's love interest. At just 21, she sported a contemporary 80s bob and American accent, a massive departure from the corseted Victorian roles she was playing in films like A Room with a View.
A Room with a View was a hit. Now, you can't ever manufacture a hit. They'll either happen or they won't.
The chemistry between her and Don Johnson was electric, leading to legitimate rumors of an off-screen romance that fueled tabloid speculation for months. Her performance required navigating complex scenes about addiction and betrayal, showcasing the depth that would later win her a BAFTA. Seeing the future Bellatrix Lestrange playing a normal, soft-spoken American doctor in pastel scrubs is one of the most jarring visual disconnects in the show's entire archives.
I said, I'm a junkie.
Number 9. Wesley Snipes. Action cinema of the 1990s would have looked very different without him, but in 1986, he was playing a pimp named Silk. In the Season 3 episode Streetwise, the 24-year-old actor delivered a flamboyant, dangerous performance that stole the show from the main cast. Clad in outrageous suits and sporting a distinct hairstyle, he brought a menacing physicality to the role that hinted at his future in Blade and Demolition Man. His character's interactions with undercover officers showed an early mastery of screen dominance, often improvising small gestures that made the character feel lived in. Just 3 years after this appearance, he would break out in Major League. But his turn as Silk remains a favorite among Miami Vice purists. It serves as a clear indicator that even in a guest role, he possessed the it factor necessary to command the screen against established stars.
Look, I don't know who you are. Like, as far as I'm concerned, you could be from Mars.
Number 8. Laurence Fishburne.
What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life.
Morpheus himself walked the streets of Miami long before he offered anyone a red pill.
I am Morpheus.
It's an honor to meet you.
In the 1986 episode The Maze, he played Keller, a vicious prison guard who operates a hostage situation. Credited then as Larry Fishburne, the 25-year-old actor brought a terrifying, coiled intensity to the role, distinct from the wise mentor figures he would play later in his career. He had already appeared in Apocalypse Now as a teenager, But this role allowed him to showcase his range as a physically imposing antagonist. Throughout the episode, he dominates the frame, using his signature deep voice to intimidate inmates and police alike. The performance caught the eye of director Abel Ferrara, leading to his casting in King of New York. It is a stark reminder of his years as a working character actor before Boys in the Hood made him a household name.
Said he'd make us millionaires if we worked with him. But he won't give us anything.
Number 7. Steve Buscemi.
You know what this is? It's the world's smallest violin playing just for the waitresses.
Character actors often have the most interesting early credits, and this indie film icon is no exception. In the 1986 episode El Viejo, he played Rickles, a erratic drug dealer acting as a middleman in a Bolivian cocaine deal. The role capitalized on his ability to play nervous, volatile characters, a typecast he would perfect in films like Reservoir Dogs and Fargo. At 28, he appeared wiry and agitated, wearing oversized sunglasses and loud 80s prints. The episode is notable for featuring Willie Nelson as the primary guest star, but Buscemi's manic energy provided the necessary tension in the subplot. While he is celebrated today for his nuanced work in Boardwalk Empire, this performance is pure, unadulterated nervous energy. It captures a specific moment in his career where he was the go-to guy for unstable criminal number 3, a label he would spend the next decade transcending.
I'm on your side. I want to move those 50 keys as bad as you, but it won't happen unless the Bolivian gets his property back.
Number 6. Ed O'Neill.
Gloria would never forgive me if I pulled a fast one on her. That's why you're going to pull a fast one on her, and I'm not going to like it one bit.
Before he defined the American sitcom dad as Al Bundy and Jay Pritchett,
You almost fell off a ledge, and Daddy was so scared.
he was a serious dramatic actor playing deep cover.
At least 7 murders. I can bust Kovics whenever I want to.
In the 1984 episode Heart of Darkness, he played Artie Rollins, an undercover FBI agent who has infiltrated a pornography ring and lost his moral compass.
Don't you ever interfere with me again!
The performance is widely considered one of the darkest and most tragic in the show's 5-year run. He portrayed Rollins with a sweaty, desperate exhaustion that is light years away from the couch-sitting cynicism of married with children.
Sure, you've seen my wife, my house, my kids. I'm lucky my hands haven't fallen off.
The episode ends with his character engaging in a fatal confrontation, a dramatic weight that proved O'Neill could handle heavy material effortlessly. Watching it today, it is almost impossible to reconcile this broken, weeping federal agent with the man who scored 4 touchdowns in a single game for Polk High. Before we get to the top 5, did you know so many major stars started as criminals on this show? Who do you think had the best career after Miami Vice? Drop a comment and let us know where you're watching from.
I at least want you two guys to know that I had nothing to do with killing that girl. I did some marginal stuff, but...
Number 5. Viggo Mortensen.
It's not this day! This day we fight! By all that you hold dear on this good earth!
Middle-earth's future king spent his 20s playing a dirty cop in a pastel world. In the 1987 episode Red Tape, the 28-year-old actor played Eddie Trumbull, a junior detective partnered with Tubbs who gets killed in a booby-trapped explosion early in the episode. Although his screen time was limited, his youthful appearance and intense delivery left a mark on the production team. He appeared fresh-faced and clean-shaven.
Quicker. 9 days, 36 months out of the old academy.
A stark contrast to the rugged, bearded look he would famous in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. At the time, he was splitting his time between acting and poetry, struggling to find his footing in the industry. His death scene sets the stakes for the entire episode, serving as the emotional catalyst for the main character's investigation. It is a humble, blink-and-you-miss-it beginning for an actor who would go on to earn 3 Academy Award nominations.
No, it's great. It's an honor to be nominated.
This is what, your 3rd time nominated for Best Actor?
3rd time.
Number 4. Giancarlo Esposito.
Sir, if you have a complaint, I suggest you submit it through our email system. I would be happy to refer you to our website.
Some actors are so talented they get hired not once, but 3 separate times.
A lot of cops around. Excuse me, baby, but this is the nature of the beast.
The man who would become Gus Fring appeared as 3 completely different characters across the show's run. A drug dealer named Luther in The Home Invaders, a hitman named Ricky in Dutch Oven, and a nemesis named Adonis Jackson in The Cell Within. In each appearance, he radically altered his look and demeanor. In the first 2 roles, he played street-level criminals with nervous energy. But by his 3rd appearance in 1985, he was playing a sophisticated, calm villain.
See, power is giving people what they want.
that eerily presaged his Breaking Bad persona. This recurring employment highlights his incredible versatility long before the general public knew his name. Watching the evolution of his acting style across these 3 episodes is like watching a masterclass in character development, culminating in the icy stillness that is now his trademark.
Say, baby, what I'm trying to tell you is I can do for you. Oh, yes, darling.
Number 3, Philip Michael Thomas.
Harrison gave up my family, man.
And he'll pay. But not like this, buddy.
While guest stars went on to massive fame, the man who played Ricardo Tubbs had a trajectory that baffled the industry. In 1984, he was on top of the world, famously coining the term EGOT, Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony, as his personal 5-year plan. He was the cool, sophisticated counterpart to Don Johnson, known for his sharp suits and sawed-off shotgun. However, after the series ended, the roles dried up almost instantly. He released music albums that failed to chart and eventually became the face of the Psychic Friends network in late-night infomercials during the 1990s. Seeing the ultra-cool detective reducing himself to a telephone psychic spokesperson was a jarring shift for fans. While he voiced Lance Vance in Grand Theft Auto, Vice City, capitalizing on his nostalgia factor,
No need to go all Lone Ranger on my ass. The way I see it, we 2 hombres in a strange town. We need to watch each other's back.
he never achieved the A-list status he so confidently predicted.
I've been thinking about what Rodriguez said last night about us working together on this thing, and
Save your breath, Tubbs.
His journey remains one of Hollywood's most prominent examples of how fleeting TV stardom can be.
How did you get the part then, the part of Tubbs in Miami Vice?
Okay, well, after 16 years of working in stage and film, etc., I was one of several lucky people who had a chance to audition for the show.
Number 2, Edward James Olmos.
Your finger on the trigger. You pulled the trigger. Now, live with the responsibility.
Lieutenant Martin Castillo was the moral anchor of the show, played with a stoic intensity that won Olmos an Emmy and a Golden Globe.
Sometimes even a simple cop has to be a soldier in battlefields not of his own choosing.
He famously negotiated a contract that gave him total creative control over his character, refusing to say lines or perform actions that violated Castillo's ninja-like discipline.
It's what I am.
He was the only actor on set allowed to edit the scripts, often cutting his own dialogue down to mere stares. Today, at 77, he is recognized for his leadership roles in Battlestar Galactica and Mayans MC. But his physical transformation is significant. The razor-sharp, black-haired, impeccably tailored police lieutenant has evolved into a grandfatherly figure with pockmarked skin and gray hair. Yet, the intense, unblinking gaze remains exactly the same.
I'm sorry this came crashing down on you. I made a mistake.
His refusal to compromise on Miami Vice set a standard for character integrity that followed him through every subsequent role, proving that sometimes saying less creates a louder legacy.
You broke the law. This is Miami, Minton, not Asia.
Number 1, Don Johnson.
And that is not the case. I'm gonna get to know myself better. But then I still have to live this life.
No one embodied the 1980s quite like Sonny Crockett. With his white linen suits, pastel t-shirts, and stubble that required a specific electric razor to maintain, he was the coolest man on the planet for 5 years. He was reportedly paid one of the highest salaries in television history at the time.
Hi, I'm Sonny, and I'm looking for a lady with a good sense of humor and a lot of style.
And even scored a top 5 Billboard hit with Heartbeat. Following the show's cancellation, his career entered a volatile period of box office bombs and highly publicized personal struggles. While he found success again with Nash Bridges in the 90s, he largely disappeared from major cinema for nearly a decade. His recent renaissance in films like Knives Out and the Watchmen series shows a man who has gracefully transitioned from a sex symbol to a distinguished character actor. Seeing him today, older, heavier, but still possessing that signature charm, is the ultimate reminder of the passage of time. He survived the fame that destroyed others, reinventing himself while leaving the pastel suits in the history books.
I sure as hell know the same way you couldn't let an innocent man be executed,